Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. I just got in my brand new waterfowl shotgun. This is going to be my heavy mega duty baby. When you're shooting those waterfowl out of the skies, you want to have as much horsepower as you can, don't you? Somebody said no. I do. And when you want all the horsepower, what do you got to have? You got to have a bing bang that'll sling those 3.5-inch shells. That's what this baby can do right here. This is the CZ612, what they call their Magnum waterfowl. This pattern, it says it on here somewhere where I can read it, is the Realtree Max 5 pattern. Pretty sweet. If you guys don't already follow me on Facebook and Instagram, go down below and follow me over there. Y'all that already follow me know that I've been getting into duck hunting. Just came back from Arkansas actually, and we took a whole bunch of ducks, and that was a hoot. So like I said, I had to go get me some mega horsepower, and we got that in this CZ612 Magnum waterfowl. This baby's a pump, 12 gauge pump, and yeah, just a quick front to back. It's got the fiber optic front bead, which I like. It's easy to pick out, and it's got that full I guess you call that a rib, and it's drilled and tapped, so we could put the rail on here with a red dot, use it for turkey season, put a scope on there, and take some deer with this baby too. Super cool when they come drilled and tapped, so you can use it for whatever you want. But yeah, she holds the 3.5 mega boogies. Had to get it for the horsepower. Like I said, what we're going to do today, literally have not tried this thing out at all. Just got it out of the box. I'm going to go through some cheapies, shells that is, all the way up to some not so cheapies. Just see how it runs. It's hard to make a pump gun mess up. You know, the semi-autos, sometimes you got to tune them and they can be picky, but it's really hard to mess up a pump. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what I brought out today. Got some of the Remington Gun Club. That's just your pretty much run-of-the-mill, go out and sling some lead and hit some skeet. Remington Gun Club. Then if we are after some waterfowl, you got to use the steel shot. So I brought out some of this Remington Nitro Steel. See how this baby likes that. I brought out some of this Remington Sportsman's high speed steel. This stuff is 1,400 feet per second. I think that nitro, yeah, these are 3-inch and 1,300 feet per second, those nitro steels. These are also 3-inch. Lots of horsepower in the 3-inch. And these are supposed to be going 1,400 feet per second. And then the 3.5-inchers. We got these Remington Hypersonic Steels, 1,700 feet per second. Stay tuned, there'll be another video where we're actually gonna put these on the chronograph, but these are the 3.5-inchers with the crazy horsepower. 1,700 feet per second is what the box calls for on these babies. And 3.5-inchers, we're gonna try it in the 3.5-incher. So we're just gonna load them up, sling it a bit, see how she runs them. Before we take this out hunting in the field, we got to make sure that she's going to be running right. This might very well be my turkey setup this year, but check it out. We're going to load them up and we're going to sling them. Start off with the gun club, see what we think about it. These are 2 3/4, by the way, if I didn't tell you that. So we got 2 3/4, a couple of 3-inchers, then the Mac Daddy 3.5-inchers. Should be pretty cool. See if this CZ is up to the task. Gotta love the horsepower. My shoulder might not, but it's good for slinging at those ducks and the geese and anything else flying through the sky we're after. It's worth mentioning real quick, just in case you guys are wondering, this thing came with a full set of choke tubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the one I've got in it right now is the full. I tend to just keep that full in there, help us really stretch out as far as we can. We might as well have that full in there. But yeah, if you're wondering, that's the choke tube little case it came with. 5 different choke tubes. Alright, so first up we're just gonna run this Remington gun club in this baby. If your Bing Bang won't run Remington gun club, then you probably ought to throw that sucker in the river. So let's just load 3 up here. 1, 2, 3, and I'm just gonna sling them as fast as I can sling them and just see how she works. Make sure the action's working, make sure the trigger's working, and just run it. Hey, not bad. The stroke on that, it's really crisp. So the travel, I was pulling it like I was expecting to have to come back further, but that was not bad at all. It ran the gun clubs, the 2 3/4. Now let's step it up to some 3-inchers, some of that steel shot. Next I'm gonna sling is some of this Remington Sportsman's high speed steel. These are 3-inchers, 1400 feet per second, and 2-shot with a 1 1/4 ounce of lead. This is some of the stuff we were using on our duck hunt last week, and it took some ducks. So yeah, I know this stuff takes ducks. I didn't have this shotgun with me on that trip, but I kind of wish I did, but didn't have it yet. Let's see if it runs these 3-inchers, that Sportsman's high-speed steel. It ought to, huh? Probably gonna knock me a little bit more severe. Oh yeah, she's running them. She's running them. Definitely felt that a little bit more than the gun club. Now, we got some nitro steel. This is also 2-shot, 3-inchers. There's that Remington nitro steel. Y'all waterfowl hunters that probably know all about this. These are 1 3/8 ounce shot, 2-shot. So also took some ducks with this stuff the other day. Let's see how this stuff goes. My shoulder is starting to say, man, that's some serious business, and we're only halfway through. Let's see what we think about these nitro steels. Like I said, we took some ducks out of the sky in Arkansas with this stuff last week. So see if this new CZ will sling them. Oh, we had one grab on us. That would have cost me a duck right there. Maybe I short stroked it or something. Y'all check the tape. Whoop. That sucker wanted to jam up in there too. Maybe it don't like those for some reason. Let's put 2 more in there. Somebody said he's spending some money on this video. Hey, got to. Let's I don't know why it wouldn't want to run these when it ran those other 3-inchers, the Sportsman's high speed, but see what it does. 2 more of these. Yeah, something that's the lip on this one is not wanting to feed it. Let me grab the lip and compare the 2. I don't know, to be honest. So these are the Remington Sportsman's high speed steel. It was running just fine. And then here's the nitro steel. Something about those nitros, for whatever reason, this CZ didn't want to grab them. The lip on these is actually a little bit deeper. If it's kind of hard to see, but this, the inside there almost comes all the way out to the end. This one, the crimp, I guess you call it, is set down in there a little bit deeper. I don't know, but my CZ pump don't like the nitro steel for some reason. Now let's set it up with the 3 1/2-inchers. Show you the box again. These are the Big Mac Daddies, the fastest shot in the world. 1700 feet per second. 1 3/8 shot. It's 2-shot, but they are the 3 1/2-inch shells. And like I said, had to get that 3.5 inch CZ so we'd have one that could really give us all the horsepower we want. Somebody said, you need a 10 gauge. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I will agree with you. I'll put one of these 3.5 inchers right here next to that gun club. You can see there's quite a bit of difference. Quite a bit of difference. Ought to be some horsepower on this. I'm going to show you the box again. This is the Remington Hypersonic Steel. Remington Hypersonic Steel. I had never heard of this stuff. I was in Sportsman's Warehouse in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. They had this stuff on the shelf. I said, man, we got to try that. And yeah, we'll see if it runs. I hope it does, because more power, 3.5 inches. And you know, for turkey season, we got to have all that mega horsepower too. Reach out there and get those turkeys at 500 yards, you know what I'm saying? So, well, turkey season, you might only need one shot. But hey, it's still good to know. You missed, you got to follow up with that second one. So here's that hypervelocity, is that what it's called? Hypersonic steel. I keep wanting to call it hypervelocity. Hypersonic steel. 3.5 inches. So see if this Magnum waterfowl likes it. Oh yeah. Oh my. Oh baby. I'm here to tell you. Y'all could probably see it in that footage there. Ooh, ooh. That made those 3 inchers seem weak. We'll say that. But I tell you what, just for fun, let's set up some clays out here on the range and just hit them with some of all that probably. We'll start out with the gun club, give my shoulder a little rest here for maybe a minute. Alright, so back to the gun club here real quick, just the 2 3/4. Out here on this A-frame, I got 2 clays, and then I got one out there at 20 yards. Let me zoom you in real quick. If I miss these, I'm just going to have to go on and retire, I believe. You can see there's the 2 clays on that wood, and then over to the right of your screen there's one out there at 20 yards. Let's see if I can get something with this Remington gun club here. Out there at 20 yards. Oh shoot, I might as well zoom you in on it so we can see it better. Alright, now this is the gun club out there at 20 yards here. Smoking. Now, let me tell you, right there, actually aiming at something, whereas at the beginning of the video, we were just kind of slinging them out there into the cedars. Actually having that aiming, so I really love the red fiber optic out there as opposed to the old school brass bead. So that is very easy to pick up. You get your eye right back here and just pick up that red fiber optics, square it up. I love that. And you go out and see some of the pro duck hunters. A lot of those fellers are running these red fiber optics on the end of the barrel. But hey, let's see if we can turn something to dust with those 3.5 inch hypersonic steel from Remington. Saw how it smoked that last one. Let's see how we can smoke them. Man, just at 20 yards again with that 3.5 inch shell out of this baby. If it says 3.5 inch on the barrel, you might as well give it all the beans and run the 3.5 inchers. But at least we know it'll run those 2 3/4, 3s, and the 3.5 inchers. So you go down to Wally World, they might not have those hypersonics, but they probably have the gun club. So if you get the gun club or any 2 3/4, CZ will run them. All right, now I've got some of those Remington hypersonic steels back out with the accelerator wad technology. 3.5 inch, 1,700 feet per second. Now let's see what happens, see if we can make some more dust. See if it makes more dust than the last one did with the gun club. 3.5 inches, I know it's probably going to make my shoulder turn to dust, but let's see what happens. I'm going to zoom y'all in on here on the clays and see how dusty we can get it up there. Again, this is at 20 yards with the hypersonic steels. Don't miss. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All those clays are gone, I believe. Appreciate y'all watching. Really, like I said, needed to get this thing out to the range and do some testing before I take it out. Doing some hunting after those winged creatures, whether they're running on the ground like a fat turkey or flying in the sky, some ducks or some geese. Now we know what this thing likes. And next thing we'll probably test in this thing is some turkey loads, some heavy duty turkey loads. I didn't have any at the house or I'd have brought them out here. But CZ612 Magnum waterfowl takes those 3.5 inchers. If you're just going out to sling some skeet, I'm here to tell you, just get some of those 2 3/4 gun clubs. They run good, and you could probably send more than one of them downrange without having to call your mama and cry about your shoulder. Anyways, but tested this thing out. Appreciate y'all watching. It runs those 3.5 inchers, those Remington hypersonics. Woo! Those babies got some juice on them. Stay tuned. I'm going to chronograph those because I'm really curious to see how they do. But appreciate y'all watching. CZ612 Magnum waterfowl. I dig it. Winged creatures, beware. I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. Pretty sweet. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Hoo-dee-hoo.
Load it up and get it on as soon as you can. 30-06, 10 mil, 50 cal. It don't make a difference, man. We like to shoot and make a little boom boom. If you like flinging bullets,